Hi, people. Good night. Blessed night to you. Peace and love wherever you are. I greet you in peace and love wherever you are in the world. Story time, people. Story time. We are talking about sexual energies and spiritual things. What does the sexual energy and the spiritual things have in common? Well, I am not a professional in it, but I'm gonna tell you my experience. My experience. Now, I told y'all that I was in the past, I was about 23, 24 years old, and I was dating this Ghanaian guy. Somehow or the other, it wasn't a normal love attraction relationship, yeah? It was like something was drawing me to this guy. Well, now I understand what it was. He was a guy who was working with witchcraft. He was a practicing wizard. So obviously the charms and the stuff that he was using is what would have attracted me to the guy, because he wasn't really my type of guy. He was short, and I had like tall guys and stuff, and he was short and so on. Anyway, this guy was very tricky. He was very, very manipulative, very tricky. He was working his witchcraft and his charms. All this time, I was not aware of this. And around this time, he also had a wife. So he was with the wife. We knew he had the wife, and he manipulated me, as I told you all in previous video. He manipulated me with his charms and whatever. I used to be having a dream of him sleeping with me, and then he would come in my bed and really be sleeping with me in reality. It would start off with a dream. Anyway, this guy, as I said, he manipulated me, and he also manipulated the wife. And the wife, her dream, while she was with this guy, her dream, she was really in love with him, and her dream was to have a baby for him. That's all she wanted, was a baby. But this guy, he knew what he was doing. He was, doing his witchcraft, and he knew what he was doing. Now, the young lady started getting sick. She was a very healthy young lady. Me and this young lady, we was both around the same ages at the time, so she would have been around 24, 25 at the time as well, because we are very similar in ages, maybe a year different, if anything, or maybe the same age. So the young lady, she was mixed race, half white, and she was half black as well. So the young lady was a very healthy young lady. She was healthy before this guy, but because she started getting sick because of the charms he was feeding her. He was feeding her a lot of charms. She was told that she should not eat out. He tried to play that game on me as well, but people, I'm rebellious. I'm a naughty girl. I got my own mind. Nobody cannot mislead me and lead me to hell. If anytime Natalie going to hell, is because I'm carrying myself there. Nobody in leading me. So I was doing my own thing. He couldn't control me, because I used to always say to the guy, "You married that woman, not me. We're not married, so you cannot be telling me what to do." So even though I was under manipulation, I was still like fighting for my rights, So he used to tell the young lady he don't want her eating out. She shouldn't go out and eat, and he used to make good excuses why she shouldn't go out and eat, because the catering company maybe not catering the food properly, or because they might be doing pork with the meat, they might be frying pork with the beef, and he would make excuses like that why he did not want her eating out. And she would have to come home, and he would do all this, he would be steaming rice, as he would be doing some steam rice and stuff, and he wanted to sit by the table and eat with him. Now, I used to be thinking, well, this guy maybe trying to be romantic, maybe that's how he been brought up and stuff, not knowing that this man, he was feeding the woman charms. That's why he was making sure she sit there by the table and eat. She need to keep her appetite open so she could come home and sit and eat the food that he prepared, because it's a special food and there's some charms in it. Now, all this time, I still living in the house and I'm having dreams. While I'm having these dreams, I can't come out of the situation, yeah? I'm stuck. It's like I'm in a trap. That's why I'm telling my stories, to help people come out of the trap. Because there's a lot of people suffering these problems out there. So all this time, it's like I'm in a trap. I'm in a trap. I don't want to be in this relationship with this guy. I know he got a wife. I don't want to be with him. I don't fancy him. I don't want to be with him. But I'm in a trap. I'm in this house. I keep dreaming every night that somebody, something, it was a demon. That's what it was. It was a demon. Now I know. But something was having sex with me in the night. And after this thing get me all moody and in the mood and all groovy, then this man will just appear in my bed and he would like take over where the demon stopped from. Lord God, you save me. People, I'm telling all the real, it's like this man was taking over from where the demon stopped from in the dream. This man was taking over. So like he and the demon was working in cahoots. Well, that is exactly how it goes. He and the demon was working in cahoots because man was doing the witchcraft. But I was so naive and so stupid. I didn't understand spiritual thing. I didn't know about God. All I did know is the Our Father prayer. And that time I was not saying the Our Father prayer because life was a hot mess at them time. So we continue living in the house. And as you continue living in the house now, strange things is happening. The young lady who is the wife, she started getting sick. She started getting sick. And the sickness is to do with the private part, my people. The sickness is to do with the private part. She's having boils, abscesses in the private part. And this man, he would be pretending to help her clean the abscesses in the private parts. And he would be pretending to help her to clean it and stuff. And he even reached a point where he told the nurses and the nurses and them, because there was, community nurses, what would be coming to the house to help the young lady to look after that problem. He tell the nurses, you can stop. This is my wife and I'll look after her. I got this. I got this. You can stop. The nurses stopped coming and he continued looking after the wife. But people, you know why he stopped the nurses and them? Not because he loved the woman and stuff. It was just so that he will be in control of the situation, because he know he was feeding her charms and he knew that the sickness, all these abscesses and all this problem this woman was having down below there is because this man, he had sacrificed her womb to his evil spirits. Now, I will make a long story short for you people. I ended up with a son for this man. Thank God for that. You know what that young lady ended up with? She ended up with losing her womb. All her ovaries, everything that a woman needs to carry a child, she ended up losing it. But people, because this young lady did not understand spiritual things, she thinks it's cancer in the womb. She went to the doctor and that's what they told her, and they do operation and they take away everything that a woman needs to carry children. But because this young woman don't understand spiritual things, did not know God or understand anything about God at the time because we were young, this woman went and had her operation, and to this day right now as I'm speaking to y'all, this woman had her operation and had her womb and everything that a woman needs to carry a child removed. And as far as this woman is concerned, it is because of cancer. But people, between me and you, all people who listen in me and understand spiritual thing, is nothing to do with cancer. My ex, that man who was practicing the witchcraft, he sacrificed the woman womb to his Tokoloshi. At that time, his Tokoloshi was in the form of a cat that he named after the very same woman. In order for he to deal with her and to work the magic and the ritual, he named the cat after the woman. Now, in the woman head, she is thinking, oh, we and him is finished, and he loved me. He loved me so much, he got a cat, and he named the cat after me. But he named the cat after her so he could still continue doing his rituals, his evil rituals. Who knows? That woman maybe does have dreams because the wound is gone. I know that. I know the woman wound is gone because, as I told you all, me and this woman, we was like sister wives. That's how they call it in the polygamy relation. In the polygamy world, they will call it sister wives. We were around the same age, and the both of we was with the man, but she was the wife. So I knew the girl. I had communication with the girl. Even after all this drama and stuff, I called the girl, I communicated with the girl. The girl told me. She said she blamed me. She blamed. That she never had this so-called child she wanted. She blamed me. When it was this wizard all along controlling the situation. And I let her know, I said I did not want the man. I didn't want him from nowhere. He done evil witchcraft. I did not want him. But this girl, I don't know if she have waken up by now. But from the last time when I spoke to her and she told me that she lost all her womanhood and everything, she was still bewitched, my people. She brain was still bewitched. She still didn't wake up. She did not wake up. But, as I said, I'm not calling the young lady name or anything. I'm giving her that respect because she have not done anything to me. And I don't have nothing against the young lady. I'm just telling my story so that I can help to save other people out there. Some of these men that we are going with. This man was from Ghana. This girl was from South Wales. She did not know his Ghanaian life. Neither did I. I did not know his Ghanaian life. We were naive women. And the reason I'm telling you all this story again tonight, because we are talking about how we exchange that sacred sexual energy. The reason this man was seeing me and that young lady, because as I say, both of us was around the same age. The both of us was two naive women. We were coming from different sides of the world, but we were very naive because that young lady, she had a good heart. She was a good person. She might say I was a bad person because, you know, she would see it in her eyes. I take she man, but I didn't want that man. The man take me. I didn't take he. He take me, manipulated me, tricked me, bewitch me. He is the one who do she need to hate. But she had hated me because in her eyes, I had taken man. I mashed up a relationship not knowing that this man was a damn wizard practicing his witchcraft. Anyway, people, this man, the reason he was seeing both me and that young lady, it wasn't because he loved me and he loved her. It was because of he saw our gifts. He saw that pure energy we was carrying. He saw that purity, the energy, how we was naive and the purity we had. And he, as a devil, these devils, they love to go and lay down with people of purity. And as I say, I get away easy because I came out with a son. It wasn't completely easy because I had was to fight for my son life. And I had was to fight for my son through these stories. Because if anybody, you've been with a ritualist or a person who practicing wizard and witchcraft, you have children with these such people, you would know you have to fight for your children and plead the blood of Jesus over your children. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to have mysterious stuff on your hands happening. Bad stuff, negativity, mysteriously happening on your hand. Mysterious negativity. if you don't plead the blood of Jesus. So when I talk about these stories and stuff, people, I'm telling you all from my experience. This guy, he was not in love with me, and he wasn't in love with the ex-wife neither. He was just using the both of us in order to gain wealth. He was spiritually draining our life force by having sex with us and sleeping with us because we were pure girls and we did not understand what was going on. And people, around that time, this guy made a comment to me. He used to watch me and stare me in the eye. And this guy said to me, and it's not because he loved you. The guy was watching you and stare you in the eye like if he is trying to read into your soul and your spirit. And one day he said to me, he said, I need to have a bond with you for life. This is what the man said to me. And it's not because, as I said, it was not because he was in love with me. It wasn't because of love. He saw something spiritual. At that time, I didn't understand what he meant until later on in life when I started studying spiritual stuff and I had was to fight and break generational curses. Then I understood what this guy said. You know, by listening different people testimonies, who is into the same sort of stories, they do the same sort of witchcraft and stuff, and they tell you this is the way how they clean themselves. You know, those evil ritualists and stuff. This is the way they clean themselves. They go and they sleep with young women, you know, in universities and stuff, young women. Sometimes it could be pregnant women as well. And if they go with women who have a husband and stuff, not only are they going to steal that woman's destiny, but they can steal the husband's destiny as well. That is why there is certain laws, spiritual laws, like do not commit adultery and stuff. Because when you commit adultery, you're not just endangering your own self physically and spiritually, but you're also in danger. You're pulling on your husband with you as well. Or your wife with you down the, you know, they can hurt your wife as well. Because two is one. They can get your wife through you or get your husband through you. So yes, people, I just wanted to drop that there. So yes, this guy, he was seeing both me and this girl, not because of love, because he was a practicing wizard and he needed to feast on the good, pure energy. Men like that, they would look, they like pure women. They can, men like that who is into all of these ritual and stuff, they can see the woman who is bad and already tainted, and they will not be interested in those women. But the ones who they see the glory of God on, the ones who they see carrying the light and the truth, the ones who they see God the light on them and Christ on them, those are the ones that just go after. And they, like this guy said to me, I need to have a bond with you for life. And I'm telling you, people, it was not. A woman will know if a man is telling her these things because he is in love with her. This man was not in love with me. He was an opportunist. And at that time, I just found him weird. And he always used to tell me as well, you will be the end of me. You will be the end. He always used to say some weird things. At that time, we did not know what he meant. But now I understand what he meant. You know, because anybody who knows this guys, that guy who I'm speaking about, my ex, the wizard from Ghana, anybody who knows him and knows the stories that I'm telling, they're gonna know it's the truth. Because the man was a real wizard. And it showed on him in the way he dressed at times. You know, not all the time, but it seems like there was times he was to wear the special outfit and the special shoes and, you know, the special beads, and there was times that you would see who he was, you know, and there was times that he would try and fit in with the Western world, and he would make you question who he really is. But in the spirit, you used to feel it in the spirit. When he used to come around me and stuff, I used to feel the energy. A pause would raise and stuff. I used to just feel the vibration. But back then, because I wasn't studying spiritual things, I was just living in the world, just living life and studying how to pay these bills. You see, paying bills and stuff, sometimes we let that consume us. it was consuming me at the time. At that time, all it was consuming me is how am I paying the bills and how am I going to feed these children and how am I going to pay this rent next month. Sometime I now don't pay the rent and I'm thinking how am I going to pay the next month rent. And that was consuming me. But when you have peace that surpass all understanding and you get to think, you know, God has give you, like he just show you a movie of your life. And you would see things that you completely missed, you know. It was all there, but you missed it. And sometimes God does have to take you back and show you a movie of your own life, people. Yeah. So that is how it was. That guy, he was a damn ritualist. He was working his magic from young. The guy, when I now started being with him and stuff, loads of weird things used to happen. He would get money from nowhere. I told you all he had a weird cat. And he would be doing all kind of rituals with the cats and stuff. You know, he had this cat, what he named after the ex-wife. And he used to be doing, now I know. Back then, I would say the guy was making love with the cat and kissing up the cat and they're petting up the cat. But now I know it was rituals, people. He was doing rituals with the cat. And wherever the wife was, you know, she was feeling that vibration. I feel sorry for that girl because as I told y'all, everything that a woman need to have children is gone from that woman. You know. And he is not around to comfort her. Because he never cared about her. He was just she was just a meal ticket. But that woman, the sad thing about it, you know what, I feel sorry for some of these people as well. Some of these people, when you are opening their eyes and you are showing them, instead they go and do some little studies and stuff and try to get to the bottom of the problem, the bottom of the story, they will say you mad and they will run and befriend the wizard and get deeper in the stories. Some of them you can't really help them. And as the Bible say, there's no curse without a cause. And people, from what I have seen, some of these people, some of them, they deserve what they get, you know, because some of them very stupid. Some of them, even if you put the evidence straight in front of the face, they will stand up and protect the witch and the wizard. I have seen it in my family. Some of them you've tried to wake up and tell them, hey, wake up, they bury you by there, they bury you by there. And when they look at their life, they could see somebody bury their ass, you know, because their life is a hot mess, it ain't going nowhere, nothing happening. They could see something wrong. They know something wrong. They having dreams, they having all sorts of different warning. But they will dismiss what you're saying and they will run, go and hug up the witch. You see, that is why I say some of these people, they deserve what they're getting. Some of them stupid and they deserve what they're getting. In my day, when I was going through my situation, I knew something was wrong. And I knew that what was wrong was spiritual. And I would have been so happy if somebody had come across my path and lead me on the right path and tell me, Natalie, you ain't think this is Obia Gill? You ain't think this is Witchcraft Gill? If somebody had come and just planted that little seed, I would have gone digging and I would have been able to set myself free in the name of Jesus long time ago. But I had was to figure this shit out myself. There was no stories, nobody telling their stories. People was just suffering in silence and staying quiet. People having demon raping them in the night and they're staying quiet. People having all kind of spiritual husband and they're staying quiet. And nobody wasn't speaking out. But nowadays, many people come out and they talk out about spiritual husband, they talk out about incubus and succubus spirit. So it's a bit more trending nowadays. People are talking about it. Even though some of them, they might hide themselves, they might do it anonymous, but people are talking. But back in my day, nobody wasn't talking. So I was just suffering and trying to figure out this damn shit on my own. And this is one of the reasons why I keep talking, so that other people wouldn't have to figure it out on their own. They go get some help. You know, because even if they understand one or two things, and they hear another thing, so they're going to be able to put the puzzle together themselves. You understand? I'm not here to force nothing onto nobody, but to tell my own story. So people have a blessed day. God bless you all. Peace and love. We'll be back again. We are talking now about sexual exchange. and how people sexually do this sexual exchange and how they can steal your destiny. And people, you know, around that time when this wizard guy, around that time when I was seeing that guy, oh my god, it's like everything I touched, nothing was not working. Nothing wasn't working. It's like God stopped all my blessing when I was with this man. And he had a right, yeah, because this guy was just eating up wherever come. He was just ready to swallow it like a snake. So God had a right to stop the blessing until I come to my senses. And when I come to my senses, then God reinstated the blessing. But while I was with that guy, nothing was not working. I became cursed. I became cursed for a while until I figured out what was happening, until I got rid of every piece of property that I had from him. I had was to get rid of. God told me to burn everything, throw everything to the trash. Anything that I had of this guy, I had was to get rid of it. And then I was able to you know, God reinstated all that was lost and stolen. Then, you know, because boy, people, it wasn't easy. So anyway, this is I think I'll have to do these in about part 2, 3. Part 2, 3. So we are talking about sexual exchange, how some of these men, they do this sacred energy and they can do this sexual exchange. And a lot of them these days, they are ritualists. They have money, they give it to the young ladies, and they steal your glory. Stay alert, my people, and you know, we keep it moving. We keep it moving. People, be going into 2025 soon. 2025 is around the corner. Let's enjoy the rest of the year. Please, God, let's have fun. And let's continue sharing. Each one, teach one. Yeah, keep spreading the information. Wake people up as we go along. That's what it is about. We are not here to enslave anybody, but we are here to empower people with knowledge, spiritual knowledge. Why? Because the spiritual controls the physical. People, stay blessed, and we shall catch up later.